Hey classmates, my name is Dauncey and I've decided to upload a video for my book review of In Tune with God by Doukhan. I'm not sure how to pronounce her last name, but anyway, I'm one of the associate pastors at Church in the Valley, a Seventh-day Adventist church located in Langley, British Columbia. I'm the pastor for media and outreach who works on a team with 4 other pastors. The context in which I work isn't like the majority of SDA churches. Our lead pastor, Dr. David Jameson, always wrestled with a question with regards to the average size of Adventist churches. He always wondered why our larger congregations always seem to be on a campus of an Adventist hospital or maybe a university campus. He feels that our Adventist message is the greatest denominational message in our society, yet we seem not to be able to grow our local churches to large numbers like other denominations. Well, after over a decade of visioning, planning, and fundraising, and God's direct involvement, God made the dream become a reality. Church in the Valley is a 63,000 square foot worship center and Acts of Kindness Center located in the Fraser Valley of BC. As I mentioned, I work alongside 4 other pastors. One of the other pastors is Josh Jameson. He's our worship and young adult pastor. Now, Josh has a definite passion for using music to bring people to a better connection with their God. Spend 5 minutes with him and you'll know what he's all about. On page 100 of the book, it discusses skillfulness and excellence. And I agree with her. I really believe the music we lead people to worship with needs to be done with excellence. Now, I've been through many worship services and camp meeting song services where we really fell short on this one. Psalm 33 verse 3 is quoted in the book and it says, "Sing to him a new song, play skillfully, and shout for joy." It seems heaven wants to hear music done well, and I think we should put time and energy into creating our worship music with excellence. It's necessary for us to train and prepare, to be organized, to practice. We've taken this seriously at Church in the Valley as we have our own locally funded worship pastor. We raise money locally so we can have our music top-notch. So I really appreciate Pastor Josh's passion and gifts as he leads our praise. I personally love to worship my God through contemporary music, and I feel very blessed and privileged to be at a place where I can do that. But as we've learned from the book, there's more to music than just praise time. On page 62, it talks about the real power of music. I resonated when it talked about intensification. You'll recall that when music accompanies words or an event, it has the ability to intensify the experience by creating an emotional impact, and it can cause strong emotional responses. So this is why we bring the praise band out during the conclusion of our sermons. While we are still delivering the sermon, we have some quiet music, pads we call them, playing behind the conclusion. This can be very effective. Sometimes actually, I'll ask the congregation to participate in doing an action while we play a song. On July 7, 2018, for example, I put together a communion service with a unique liturgy. I played a music video by Sidewalk Prophets called "Come to the Table." So as we listened to this acoustic version of the song, I had the congregation walk down to the front and pick up the emblems of the bread and the wine and take it back to their seats. Take a look.
He said, "Come to the table, come join the sinners who have been redeemed, and take your place beside the Savior. Sit down and be set free. Come to the table."
I think this song made this whole experience so much more powerful. It was an example of intensification. So in summary, I found the book to be quite readable and not overly scholarly, yet it wasn't written shallow either. It was a good balance. I thought Miss Lillian covered the topic very well and comprehensively. But before I complete the video here, I want to leave you with a question. We struggle with this question right here in our context at CIV. You see, we are attempting to minister to all generations, and we are blessed enough to have all the ages represented in our congregation, from babies and children to youth, even young adults and mature people. We've got the multi-generational thing going on, which is a huge blessing, but that can also pose problems. Some people don't like it dark in the auditorium. Some people do. Some people don't like the contemporary style of music that we lead. Others, like myself, love it. On page 121 in the book, it discusses how different worshipers have very strong personal opinions about music and worship. Sometimes when we come together to worship, our differences in taste clash, and disunity can actually happen. So, my difficult question to you today is, what can we do to lead worship music and hymns in a way that satisfies all the generations and opinions to the best of our ability? Is a perfect balance even possible? Do you have any suggestions for us here at CIV? Looking forward to some of your responses.